For a lot of agents, the toughest part of real estate isn't finding a client. It's being able to have an honest conversation where they tell them the truth. Doug here, ready to talk to you about some ways to master that conversation with your clients. I work with a lot of agents through coaching and mentorship to develop strategies and systems to lead them to a profitable real estate business. So a lot of times agents have a hard time telling a seller when they're priced too high that the home sits, or if they offer too low that they actually lose the deal on the buyer side. Most agents don't lose deals because of the market. They lose them because they don't know how to talk about the money with their clients. They're letting their clients dictate what they think is best, and then they get blamed when it works or doesn't work. So stay until the end. I'm going to give you some exact scripts you can use to confidently handle pricing, reductions, negotiating strategies, and things like that without sounding pushy or desperate. So why does the money conversation kill deals? Well, here's what I see every day. New agents know the numbers, they run CMAs, they know what a home is worth, and they know what a good offer for that home will be. But when it comes time to tell the seller the truth, they get nervous. And a nervous agent becomes an order taker instead of an advisor. They are hung up on getting the listing versus having a transparent interaction with their client. When you sit down with a seller, you want to use a script that can change everything. You want to say something to the effect of, Mr. Seller, there are two prices for every home. There's the emotional price, what you hope to get, and then there's the market price, what buyers actually are paying. Show them the CMA. This right here is what buyers are paying for homes just like yours. We can list at the emotional price, but the market will ignore it and it's going to sit. Or we can price it at market value and force buyers to compete. Then this line can seal it for you. Homes don't sell when the seller is ready. They sell when the price is right. Having that honest statement may mean that somebody who is hung up on that emotional price doesn't want to use you as their agent to list their property. But what it is going to save you from an agent perspective is a lot of headache, because that person who's hung up on the emotional price is also going to be the same one that their house is going to sit and they're going to blame you as the agent for it. So now let's say you got somebody who you took on and they are a little bit overpriced and the market is dictating you need to go down. How do you ask for a price reduction? When a listing goes stale, you can say something like this. The market has given us their feedback. The showing slowed down, which tells you buyers think that we're overpriced and aren't interested at the price we're at. We don't need a new agent. We need a new price. This takes the emotion off you and puts this on the data. The data is telling you, the market is telling you, this house is not being seen at the price that it's at. So we need to reduce the price if we want more activity. It takes it away from your perception to cold, hard facts. And then how do you negotiate a win-win walk strategy? Well, before you ever negotiate, you should ask, what are the three things you absolutely must have in this deal? Know what you're fighting for, what you can give on, and when it's time to walk. You want to know that. It helps protect your client. If we can't get at least a couple of the things that we're fighting for, at least two of the three things that we're fighting for and what we'll give on, then I recommend we walk. A bad deal is worse than no deal. We don't want you to have a bad deal as the seller or buyer, but we want to know at what point does it shift over from being a good to a bad deal. Have that conversation with your client. And then what's a good buyer strategy in a low inventory market? Here's what buyers need to hear. The list price is just an invitation. The winning offer is the one that solves the seller's problem. And that could mean a flexible closing date. It could mean a larger earnest money. It could mean fewer repair requests. But pricing is only part of it. A lot of times the sticker price can scare a buyer off. We need to explain to them that the sticker price is just an invitation to start the conversation, and that we have some strategies for winning this offer in their best interest if they'd like to go forward. Having confidence in your pricing advice is what separates you from being a real estate agent who is an order taker to an advisor. And we all want to reach that advisor level. The reality is the general public wants a realtor who's going to advise them in the best possible way. They don't want somebody who's just going to take their orders because they don't know better than the real estate agent, and they know that. If you master these conversations, you can control your income and stop letting the market dictate for you what's happening because you're having real conversations with your clients about where they need to go and what's going to happen. And it will make your life so much easier. And I guarantee you will have more deals. If you'd like to have a deeper conversation on this, comment below money conversation, and I'll reach out and we can schedule a no pressure 15-minute Zoom call to chat what these conversations could look like in your market or your strategies with the clients you're currently working with. Thanks. Have a great one.